If you want to achieve in your early 20s what most people do in their 30s, you need to take the time from 13 to 18 very, very seriously. But who am I to tell you what to do? I'm someone who has lived a pretty eventful teens. I was outcasted by my family, but then got their support back. Then I became a Hafiz, got detracked, but then came back on the track again. Lost lots of old friends, but then made new ones. Started 5 businesses, failed in absolutely all of them except for one. Went from being no one in school to one of the most known students in my entire campus. Got feelings for a girl, but nothing came from it. Went from looking like a goblin to above average looks. Was malnourished, but now I'm on my way to building an aesthetic physique. And then broke my leg from 2 places, but didn't get depressed, and I'm going through that as well. So this video is advice from an older brother. Advice I wish someone had told me when I was of your age. And the first thing I want to tell you is that start a business. Stop thinking that should I start this business? Should I start this business? Because I know that you are thinking about starting a business. You have seen Andrew Tate, you have seen Iman Gaji, you have seen Alex Hormozi, you have seen all of these people making a lot of money online, and teenagers making money from drop shipping, YouTube, and all of this stuff. You have seen all these people making money online, and you want to do the same thing as well. But you're not starting any business. You're just thinking about it. You know, something in business, there's something called speed. And business is all about speed. And I'm telling you because I made this mistake. I'm telling you this because I made this huge mistake. Like, the moment I learned about business, think how much time it took me from the moment I learned about you can make money online and online business and stuff to actually building, actually having an online business. You want to know how much time? Around 18 months. It took me 18 months. I thought for 18 freaking months that should I start this business? Should I start this business? Okay, Iman Gaji says this business. Hamza Ahmed says this. Alex Hormozi does this. Charlie Morgan says this. But I should do this. I really want to do this. Okay, maybe this will get me fame. Shut up, bro. Just start one business and just pick one and then start. We'll talk about this later. But for those who are thinking that, okay, why should I start a business? Well, there are a lot of reasons that you should start a business. The first thing is, it is much better than doing a job. And I don't think I have to really explain a lot on this point, because you have seen a lot of people going on viral online these days, like Andrew Tate, Iman Gaji, like Alex Hormozi, all of these people who say that business is a lot better than job, and it is. And then the second thing is, let's say you want to be a doctor. Let's say you 100% know that you want to do this career, do this job, maybe maybe do a business sometime later when you're 50 years old or something like that. But my advice to you is still do a business in this age. Why? Because the things business teaches you in 6 months, your career and your job will teach you those things in 6 years. I am telling you, business, because it is so fast. One of the most important aspects of business is speed. Because it is so fast and fast and fast, it is more fast than job and career. So it will teach you a lot of things in less time that your job or business will teach you in a lot more time. So even if you know that I want to become a doctor, I want to be like an AI someone, or I don't know, you have a specific career in your mind that you want to do. Still do a business. Still start a business. I am telling you, it will give you a lot of experience. And even if you're thinking that how will it give me experience because I want to do a job or career, but you're telling me to start a business, bro. The things business teaches you, they are universal. You can apply 99.9% of those things to anywhere. The things I learned while doing YouTube, I can apply those things while doing dropshipping. I can apply those things, nearly all of those things, 99% of those things in doing e-commerce, in doing any business model. Because business, in simple words, is same. What you have to do is you need to get eyeballs, then you need to convert those eyeballs into your customers or clients, and then you need to have a product that you provide to those people. These are the 3 simple most things that every single business out there has. Even the business, even the grocery store in your hometown, it does this as well. It gets eyeballs, it converts those eyeballs into customers or clients, and then it has a product that it gives to those people. Every single business has these every single business has these three simple things in it. And another reason for you to start a business is that, bro, look at your parents. They are literally sleep deprived for you. They wake up, they do jobs, they do all of these things for you. They hate their job. They don't really want to do their job. But you're here just sitting and watching YouTube videos for 6 hours every single day. No, instead you can start a business in like half of that time. If you just work for 2 to 3 hours every single day, you will have a business. Because all you need for business, as I told you, is these three simple things. So please do it for your parents if you don't want to do it for yourself. And you'll say, what if I fail? What if I fail? What if I don't make it on my first business? Good. Really good. You should be proud of yourself that you failed. Why? Because if you fail a particular business model, for example, I failed 4 businesses. One of those was SMMA. Let's say, because I have already failed in doing SMMA, now whenever, for the entirety of my life, I will not think to myself, oh, maybe if only I had done SMMA, if only I had started an online agency, if only I had done it, if only I had done it. No, I wouldn't think about that, because now I know that I tried in it. I tried it for 6 or maybe around 6-8 months, but it didn't work out for me. But then, okay, nothing happened. I learned from it. I learned a lot of things from doing that business model. So even if you fail, because so many people think that failure is such a big thing. But in reality, if you look at it, failure is not really real. In reality, failure is you just making progress towards your goal. Because you fail until you succeed. That's simple. So if you're failing, it means that you're going in the right direction. But what it does mean is that you just maybe need to change your vehicle. You just maybe need to upgrade from a bike to a car, or maybe from a car to a bike. You're trying to do a business model that is not beginner friendly. You're trying to maybe build a software, and that, in my opinion, is not at all beginner friendly. So this is your first actionable step. Start a business within 24 hours of the time you're watching this video. Look at the time right now. I'm recording this video at 9:38 a.m. You're now watching this video at this time. I know. But at the time you're watching this video, in 24 hours from that time, you need to have a business up. And all you need for a business, as I already told you, is a way to get eyeballs, is a way to get attention, and then a way to convert that attention, those eyeballs, into customers, and then something to provide those customers. These are the 3 simple most things that you need for a business. So start a business within 24 hours of you watching this video. Now you might be saying, okay, which business should I do? Now, the most stupid thing people do here, and don't worry, I did this as well. So I'm telling you this so that you don't repeat the same mistakes as I did, or at least you don't repeat them for the same amount of time as I did, more than a year. So what people do is that they try to find their business model by looking at the pros, the good things that they will get from that business model. They say, okay, if I do SMMA, I will make money, and then I will be able to do all of these things. I may get some fame if I do a YouTube channel. Okay, I will get fame, I will get popular, and then I will make money, and then I will have an online business. If I do e-commerce, okay, I will have a brand, I will get somewhat popular, and then I will make money. If I do drop shipping, okay, I will make money. No, you do not do this, because if you look at it, nearly all of the businesses out there give you these same pros. They give you somewhat of popularity, they give you somewhat of freedom, and then they give you a lot of money. But what instead you do is you ask yourself, what are the problems that I am willing to live with? Because every business model has about the same pros, but they have a lot different problems, a lot different cons. So for YouTube, I have to live with being able to set up all of this, being able to know how to use a camera, being able to speak to the camera, being able to be in front of the camera and speak to hundreds and thousands of people, and script videos, find an editor. But before that, I used to edit my videos myself. So these are the problems that I have to live with while being a YouTuber. And when I asked myself this question, I was like, yeah, I'm willing to live with those problems. Like, heck, I even love those problems. But when I asked this question for SMMA, no. I didn't want to do it because for SMMA, one of the major problems is that you need to find emails where where you like send out your call outreach and stuff. And I hated that process. So SMMA was out of the line. And then for drop shipping, you have to like find someone in China and like bring people and then bring products from China through Alibaba, and it takes a lot of time. Maybe some products are not correct, so some products get displaced, and all of this stuff happens. No, I'm not willing to live with that problem. So whatever are the problems that you are willing to live with, that is the business model that you want to start. So what I want you to do right now is write down on a piece of paper all of the business models that are in your mind right now. Is dropshipping, e-commerce, SMMA, like YouTube, and all of these things. Write all of these things, and then in front of each business model, write its problems as well. And then the problems that you don't want to live with, because keep in mind, this may be a business that you have to do for 10 years. This is a business that if you want to succeed in a business, you need to do it maybe 10 years. You have to have this in your mind that, okay, I'm doing this for a decade. So if you can live with those problems for 10 years, no problem. But the problems that you cannot live with for 10 years, just cancel out those businesses, and then one or two businesses will be left. And then what you do for those is pick the one you like the most, and then do istikhara for it, which if you don't know is a dua that you ask to Allah. So you can learn about that, and then do istikhara for it, and then just start working on that business model. If it doesn't work for you I'm giving you the time frame, in minimum you have to give yourself minimum 6 to 8 or maybe I think 6 to 12 months for that business. If it doesn't work for you in that time, okay, then you can maybe switch the business model and maybe try something else. But you have to stick to it for at least 6 to 12 months. 6 months is, I think, in my opinion, low. 12 months is okay. Like for me, for this YouTube channel, I started the YouTube channel I got serious with this YouTube channel in around September, not September, like August, September, okay? And the time in which this YouTube channel started blowing up, started getting some views, was around March, April of the next year. And the first viral video that I had was in the next October. It took me more than a year to make my first viral video. So you have to give yourself at least 12 months in that business model. And by the way, if you want the complete Muslim self-development course, which I have been working on for more than 6 months now, and it includes a section on business as well, go and join the community in the first link, and there you get the course for completely, absolutely, 100% free. And then the second piece of advice I want to give you is no girls, bro. Or if you're a girl watching this video, no guys. Because let me just give you the brutal truth that nobody has told you. Nobody has the guts to tell you that you're not going to marry her, or you're not going to marry him. You're not going to be able to marry that person. I don't care what you think that, no, I'm going to do this. I'm going to convince her parents. I'm going to convince my parents. I'm going to make a lot of money. I'm going to do this. And then I'm going to marry her. Shut up. That's not going to happen. Trust me, I have seen a lot of people. I'm talking dozens of cases of this sort. So many people, because I have gone through college and high school. I have seen so many people get feelings for a person and then say that, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to make money. I'm going to convince her parents. I'm going to convince my parents, and then we're going to marry each other. And then in the end, all they get is just sins. Because in that time, they keep talking to each other because they think that we're going to eventually marry each other. So it is halal for us to talk to each other. No, it's not. It's absolutely 100% haram. Even if you think that you're going to marry her, and even because I think you're not going to marry her, but let's say you end up marrying her. Before you marry her, you talking to her just casually and stuff is 100% haram. You need to understand this. And so now you know this, that you're not going to be able to marry her. No matter what you think, you need to please understand that this is one of the biggest piece of advice that I want to give you, that if you can protect yourself from this, you will be a lot better. Like, you will be thanking me 4 years down the line from now. I can say this I can say this with 100% guarantee. So please, please do not fall. I am telling you. So now that you know that you're not going to be able to marry that person, why do it? Why still do it? Because now you know that you're not going to marry her, and all you're going to get at the end of this is just sins and a worse life, a worse mental health, a worse relationship with your Lord, with Allah, and then everything is going to be worse in your life. So why do it? And because we are Muslims, we don't mess around in this area. You know what I'm talking about. So please don't fall into this trap, because for you to do it right now, it is a complete waste of power and like just brain points, bro. Because think about it in this way, that when you wake up in the morning, you have 100 brain points. But then every single thing you think about and every single thing you do consumes some brain points. But then if you're in this stuff, the moment you wake up, you start thinking about this stuff. And before you have even studied or like worked on your business or whatever, you have already lost 50 brain points thinking about this. But then the big task you need to do for your work requires around 60 to 70 brain points. But now you only have 50 brain points. You won't be able to do the work, you won't be able to study, you won't be able to do anything in your life. It's just a complete waste of your energy, please trust me. So what to do instead? What to do in this time is just, bro, focus on yourself. I know this might sound like cliche and whatever, but just focus on becoming like a better version of yourself in every single realm of human endeavor. And this includes getting ready for marriage as well, because this is also a part of self-development. Like a lot of people, like especially Muslims, I think, like don't talk about this, that getting ready for marriage is also a part of becoming better, because you only get married if you're better, because you don't really get married when you're a child and you don't even know how to do anything, you don't even know the basic things in your life. So you might be thinking, how do I do that? Well, for that I have already made 2 separate whole videos, so you can go and watch those videos for free on my YouTube channel. And so this is your actionable step for this part of the video. Make a note to yourself right now, right here, that you will not fall into this stuff. No matter what happens, you will not go into this. And then if someone like messages you and you're a bit sus about them, that maybe this person has feelings for me or something like that, a piece of advice is become super dini and do so dry texting that they just lose interest in you. Now, I know this might sound a bit weird or whatever, but it works. All you need is that it works, bro. It has worked for a lot of people. It has worked for me again and again and again. I am telling you, it works like wonders. But what if you get feelings for someone? What to do then? Then you just need to know the difference between love and lust. And you might think that what you're feeling right now is love. Oh, I love that person. Shut up. No, you don't. You don't even know what love means. And I don't even know what love means really, because I haven't experienced it. What you're experiencing right now is just lust. Lust is just like when you just like someone. You don't know why you like them. You have like butterflies in your stomach and all of that stuff. That's lust. You like just desire them and you don't even know that person fully. You don't even know how that person like is in their manners. You don't even know how that person talks to people like off camera. You don't even know how that person is in real life. And you say you love that person. No, love only comes after marriage. Love only comes after you have lived, or like after you have known that person for years. I'm talking about 4 or 5 years. Love only comes when you have like lived with that person. So what you're experiencing right now is just lust. And so just say, A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, and then move forward. Then the third piece of advice I want to give you is that learn to study. How to actually study, like how to scientifically study, because in my opinion, one of the things that absolutely destroys the mental health of most students, 99% of students, is their bad grades. And the reason you're getting bad grades is not something because like something is wrong with you mentally, or like you're just incapable of getting those like good grades. No, instead nobody has just told you how to get good grades. And how do you learn that? Well, by learning how to study scientifically, how, like, learning how do we actually memorize things, learning how do humans and our brains actually learn things and memorize them and keep them in our brain for long periods of time, so you can actually go and write those things in your exam. So please learn to study scientifically, because it will do so much for you, because it will first of all save your mental health, and then save your self-image, and show to you that you can do this, and then it will give you a lot of time. Because when you study scientifically, you will not need to study 8 hours every single day. All you will have to do is just study for maybe maximum 2 hours, maybe 2.5 hours, and then when you're in exams, maybe let's say 3 to 4 hours maximum a day. That's all. I'm telling you, that's all you need to study to get good grades when you do it the right way. And so, how do you do this? How do you learn all of this? Well, this is your actionable step, that watch my video. I've already made a complete video, 2 videos actually. One is a guide and one is around 14-15 minute longs. 14 to 15 minutes long, and so you can go and watch those videos. And then other than my videos, go onto YouTube and learn how to study. It might be a bit hard for you to trust people and find someone whose advice works, and that is why I have created those videos, even though I don't really talk a lot about studying in my video, on my channel. But still, I made those videos. Why? Because those videos contain all of the things that work for me. And so if you're like me, those things will work for you as well. But one of the places from where you can always keep learning about how to study better is first of all, Ali Abdal's, I think, 2-hour or 2.5 hours long guide on studying. You can go and watch that. Then the fourth piece of advice I want to give you is, Allah is always with you, with His knowledge, and He is always watching you. So this can mean 2 things for you. If you're doing good in your life right now, if you're not doing a lot of sins, if you're trying your best to stay away from sins, you're not listening to music, you're not watching movie series, all of those things, and you're praying and you're reading Quran and you're doing good as a Muslim. You're not let's say best level Muslim, but you're trying your best. This can mean that Allah is with you, Allah is watching you, doing all of these things. This can be a source of happiness for you. But if you're not doing all of these things, and you listen to music, you watch movies, you watch series, you watch dramas, you watch Netflix, you watch all of these things, and you look at the opposite gender, you talk to the opposite gender like it's nothing, and you do all of these things, even though you know deep down in your heart that these things are sins. These things are haram for you to do, and you're still doing these things. Well, then you need to do something about these things, because Allah is with you with His knowledge, and He is watching you always. So just keep in mind that. And so this is why you need to bring Islam into your life, because let me just be brutally 100% honest with you, that Islam will win with or without you. It doesn't need you, because it will win. But the real question is, will you win without Islam? Okay, you might win in this life, even though you won't deep down, but in the next one, you're not going to win. So please bring Islam in your life. And one of the best ways to bring Islam in your life, one of the best simple ways to bring Islam in your life is through prayers. Because we know, the Prophet, peace be upon him, told us that the wall between a mu'min and a kafir is prayers. Which means if you're consistent with your prayers and you pray regularly and you pray with focus and all of that stuff, you're a mu'min, you're a Muslim, alhamdulillah. But if you're not, I don't want to say anything, but you just need to look at yourself and ask yourself these things. And you might be thinking, okay, how do I become consistent with prayers? I have tried all of these things. I can't become consistent with prayers no matter what. Well, you can go and download the just newly launched app called Just Pray. And I'm telling you, it will help you become consistent with prayers, because it gives you 3 alarms on every single prayer. And for me, that is such a big thing. That 3 alarms for every single prayer. How can someone miss that prayer if he gets 3 alarms for every single prayer? And not all 3 of those alarms at the same time, after 5 minutes each. No, one before the prayer time, one at the prayer time, and one after the time of the prayer. One after the time of the congregation in your masjid, in your mosque. and then learn about Islam as well. Because if you don't know what Allah wants you to do, how can you do those things? And I'm talking about learning Islam from real scholars. Like, yeah, okay, YouTube is okay sometimes, but there are some people who create good like content, like who like teach Islam on YouTube, but that is nothing compared to real scholars. So learn from real scholars. Please do it. It's for your own benefit, bro. I got nothing except for good deeds. Then the next lesson that I learned too late is that your looks and your physique matters a lot. Like, yeah, they matter for like marriage and stuff, but even before marriage they matter a lot. And I'm telling you, like, I used to be so thin that my friends could hold my arms, like my entire arm, like this, in their closed fist. So like this, my arm was like this big. My arms used to be this big. So my friends could hold them entirely in their arms, in their closed fist. But now you can't, alhamdulillah, even though I haven't worked out for around 3 months, because as you know, my leg is in recovery stage. So, and then my looks, bro, I used to have pale skin, weird hair, like weird facial structure, like so thin, as I've already told you. Like, I don't know how I was living at that time. And you might be saying, okay, why do I even need to improve my looks? Because there's something called the halo effect. It has been proved scientifically that when you look better, when you look good, when you look presentable, people treat you better. That's all. So if you want to be treated better, because if you're not being treated better, and you need to understand this, that why do all the business people and all the presidents and all of these big people wear suits and this stuff? Because that makes them look better, that makes them look presentable. Because if you're not looking good and if you're not looking presentable and stuff, people don't take you seriously. If you're dressed up like a cartoon, guess what people will treat you like? A cartoon. So don't do that. So start taking care of your looks and your physique. And the most basic advice I can give you, that if you're not signed up to a gym right now, and I hope that you are, because I have told you this, that sign up to a gym in so many videos of mine. But if you still have not signed up to a gym, please go and sign up to a gym within 24 hours of you watching this video. And then the second thing you need to do is improve your looks. But that's just not simple. There's a catch. And that catch is, you need to improve your looks while not going against Islam. Because if you do anything to improve your looks while going against Islam, and you're going against Islam, and you know that this is haram, maybe you get a cut in your eyebrows or something like that, it makes you look more masculine, but it is a haram for you to do that, well, you might get some like compliments here and there, but above there, nah bro, nothing. So for this, you need to learn. And how do you learn? Well, there are so many videos on YouTube on looks maxing and stuff. But the problem is 99, or if not 99%, 99.9% of those videos are by non-Muslims. And because they are by non-Muslims, they don't know anything about Islam, and they don't know what is haram and what is halal in Islam. And if you don't know what is halal and what is haram in Islam, you'll end up doing those things just like, even without knowing that they are haram, without even knowing that you're getting bad deeds for doing those things. And so this is why I have created the Muslim self-development course, like the complete Muslim self-development course. And the first section I talk about in that course is looks. It includes, like, I think it is one of the biggest section up till now. It has 7 or 8 videos in it, each around 15 to 17 minutes long, or so. You can go and join the community, and there you get the course for free. Or you can go and just learn what is haram and what is halal, and then learn how to improve your looks, and then do the things that are halal, and then not do the things that are haram. But if you get that course, if you join the community, you don't have to do all of this, and all you need to do is just watch those simple 7 videos, and you'll know like 99% of the things. And then the final lesson I want to give you is that learn to socialize. Because have you ever seen someone who just makes friends automatically? Everyone respects him, everyone knows him, he's just like the most popular student in your entire campus. Well, when I was no one, I wanted to become that person as well. I wanted to be known, I wanted to be respected, because who doesn't want to be respected, bro? Like, it's a natural feeling of us humans. But like, unless you say that you're not human, okay, why you're watching this video, then that you need, like, you want respect and stuff. And so there's nothing wrong with getting respect until you're not doing anything haram, until you're like staying in the boundaries of Islam. And so learn to socialize. And in my opinion, how do you get respected and like the most known student? Well, in this day and age, something that is called good character. How? Because in this day and age, nobody has good character. And if you have good character and good manners, that will spread like fire. And the thing is, you're getting good deeds for that as well. If you have good characters and good manners, we know the Prophet, peace be upon him, told us, like, the most, like, one of the things that will have the most weight on the scale on the day of judgment is good manners and good characters, good character. And so develop that. And when you have that, people will respect you. You will be known. You will make friends because you're like nice to people. Not nice, but you're just a good person. And so do that. And then finally, like, the final part of this advice of socializing is, no friends are better than bad friends. But I want to tell you what and who are bad friends. Because there are 3 types of friends in my opinion. The first, let's talk about the bad friends. These are the crabs. I call them the crabs. And these are the people that don't want you to improve. Whenever you say, okay bro, I don't want to play video games anymore because they are a waste of time and stuff, I want to improve myself. They say to you, huh? You think you're better than us? You don't want to play video games? We have spent so much time together, we have done this and this. And so whenever you want to improve yourself, they just pull your leg. And they don't want you to improve. They just want you to stay with them forever. Stay the same for the entirety of your life. Those are crabs. But then the second type of friends are just good people with good hearts, but who are not on like self-development and stuff. And so they're not like absolute idiots, but they're just good people with good manners, good characters. Sometimes you like when you hang out with them, you have a good laugh and stuff, and they follow Islam, they pray, they like sometimes read Quran. Okay, they can be better, but they're just good people. So you can have those friends. There's nothing wrong with that. Like, I have a lot of those types of friends. Like, trust me, I didn't find a friend on like who was on self-improvement for more than 2 years. And then the third type of friend, who is like the best friend you can find out there, is the person who has good characters, good manners, he's good with you, like you vibe with him and stuff, but then he is on self-development as well. He is on self-improvement as well, as a Muslim. That is the best friend, in my opinion, you can find out there. And so leave the bad friends, maybe stick with some of the good friends, and then maybe just like improve yourself. And you might say, how do I find the best friends, or like the best type of friends? Well, you'll just have to leave bad friends, because until you are friends with those like bad people, you'll not be able to find these like people who are on self-development and like who are like Muslims and like who are people with good manners and characters and all of that stuff. And so you will have to leave those bad types of people. And so your final and the last actionable step is reading 3 books, which are How to Win Friends and Influence People, How to Talk to Anyone, and a disclaimer in this book that it contains like some haram techniques and stuff, so don't follow those. And then How He, Prophet peace be upon him, treated them. This will help you improve your good manners. The other 2 will help you learn to socialize and like improve your social life and stuff. And so leave the bad friends, stick with the medium type of friends, and then eventually you will find the good type of friends. And so, as I said, if you want to join the community, go and check out the first link in the description. Otherwise, you can go and like check out the other links in the description. Some of them will take you to my free community. There you get 2 free courses as well. And so do good, and inshallah I will see you in Jannah.